Reflection and expression. Cedar Hill Collegiate High School prides ourselves in having an academically rigorous program. Though we are appreciative for the academic opportunities our school has provided us with, some students have noticed the lack of balance between academic and personal life. Stressing the importance of performing arts, sports, and other activities will provide our students with a brand new set of skills. These activities input discipline, social skills, and real-world experience into students. Reflection and expression allows students to voice how extracurricular activities have personally impacted them.
Good afternoon, my name is Jorge Rodriguez. I'm a senior from Cedar Hill Collegiate High School. Participate in athletics at the Cedar Hill High School. I participate in cross country and track and field, both at the varsity level.
Hey, I am Ariana, and I am a dancer.
Hi, my name is Claire Curry, and I'm going to be answering some questions today. I'm a varsity cheerleader at Cedar Hill High School, and I am also on the tennis team.
Hello, I am Thea Loza, and I am a senior at Cedar Hill Collegiate High School.
Question number 1. How has your involvement in performing arts changed the way you think and behave?
I definitely believe performing in sports has really forced me to become more disciplined. It takes a lot of time management skills to map out my day, especially due to COVID. I have to make sure I have a lot of time to do my schoolwork and still have a lot of time to do recovery and all of the excess training that's required for my sport.
Performing arts has changed the way that I think, because in my household, if you are not up to par on the things that are a priority, you cannot do any extracurriculars until you fix what it is that you need to fix.
It's definitely made me more of a team player, and it's helped me to step back and review situations instead of just jumping right into them, because I had a really bad habit of doing that when I was younger.
For me, I feel like I'm always a little self-conscious, and performing arts and extracurricular activities isn't really something I'd typically be a part of, especially when I was a little kid. So when I was a part of it, like for example the step team and music club, you really start to realize people just want to have fun. You know, people don't care how you look, how you sound, as long as you're being confident and you're enjoying yourself, people are going to join along with you. And for me, that really made extracurricular activities way more fun. So yeah.
Question number 2. Do you value academics over the arts?
Yes, I do.
No.
I do value academics over arts.
No, I do not value academics over arts.
A continuation of question number 2, please explain why you gave the answer that you did for question number 2.
While I enjoy, I personally enjoy running more than I do studying. I don't like being cooped up for hours upon days just studying and stuff. I understand the importance of academics, and academics can take me a lot farther than sports can.
I don't value academics over art. I do think that academics is important, but for me, art is more important to me, or it's more valuable to me, because that is where my career lies.
And I think most people at Collegiate do. I personally want to go into the medical field, so I know that academics would aid me more in that area than arts would, even though I do think arts are important.
I just feel like we're in school most of our lives, so that artistic part of myself that's usually always in the background and just not having that much attention, I want that to be more expressed and more out there, at least in a balance with academics in my life.
Question number 3. Do you believe that collegiate would benefit from incorporating performing arts and/or sports? If so, specify how.
I don't think they would. Collegiate to me was always seen as something that's more academic based. And if a student wants to perform athletics along with academics, they can just do it at the high school. They have a lot more funding, and they already have a lot more established sportswear. So
I do believe that collegiate would benefit from incorporating arts and sports because it's more convenient. It keeps the students well-rounded, and it's not always focused on academics. I feel like collegiate is only stuck on academics, and it's like you wanted a well-rounded student coming into collegiate, but you don't necessarily have that within the curriculum.
I do. I do a lot because people need stress relievers, and for a lot of people, it's sports, it's dance, it's arts, and I think that collegiate kids would benefit from that a lot since they're under so much stress.
So, the biggest mistake I think that collegiate has made is just creating an environment where we can't just be anything more than students. I remember when we all first came here as freshmen, I know a few people who kind of gave up extracurricular activities for collegiate, and that, looking back, that's pretty sad. The fact that collegiate just made that kind of atmosphere.
Question number 4. What did it take to balance collegiate high school and extracurricular activities?
It took sacrifices. A lot of people don't really understand that as an athlete, you give so much for the sport, and I know that's a very vague statement, but you will miss out on a lot.
It takes discipline, definitely hard work, but mainly discipline, because you're gonna be tired and not feeling like doing some of the work. But if you want to do your extracurriculars, then that means that you have to do your work.
I would say it takes knowing yourself very well and also having self-confidence, because you have to know that, hey, if I go to practice and I don't leave early, am I gonna have enough energy to finish my homework when I get home? Or do I need to go on ahead and leave 20 minutes early so that way I can finish this paper that's due? Or knowing, okay, I know if I have at least 2 hours to study, that I can pass this exam tomorrow.
For me, it took a lot of mental work. I couldn't keep thinking that I had something better to do, or I'm just wasting my time at this class or at this club. If I wanted to feel like I did a lot that day and I accomplished a lot and it wasn't stressful, I had to keep myself in the moment. Whether it be a moment of studying or a moment with your club, keeping yourself in the immediate.
Question number 5. Was your outside activity a stress reliever from collegiate, or did it add to your stress?
It does both. go to collegiate, you have to do both college classes along with high school. So it does both. But in life, there will always be stresses. In life, you'll always be behind. No matter how hard you try to get ahead, you'll always be behind. Something's always going to come up. We had a snowstorm that came out of nowhere, and that was a big stressor.
To have that moment where you don't have to think about all that stuff and it just goes out the window, you can just be free for at least a couple of hours. I feel like that's really important. So yeah, it was a stress reliever.
I think it depends. My freshman and sophomore year, I was still getting used to juggling those two things, and so I would say it caused me a tiny bit more stress than it did relieve, because I was still getting the gist of things. But after that, I had a pretty easy time handling it, and it actually became more of a stress reliever for me, like my junior and senior year.
Well, a stress reliever is supposed to relieve stress. And if it's not, then you're not doing it right. Because at that point, I feel like you're just procrastinating. And for me, I would have those moments of procrastination and abusing my stress reliever to the point where I'm just being lazy, basically. But for the most part, whatever my stress relieving activity is for the day, it didn't take up too much of my time.
Question number 6. What is one life lesson that participating in an extracurricular activity has taught you?
To wait, to be patient. I run, like I said, run cross country and track. Running is a sport that's based on time. Both times in what you run and times as in your physical body.
You are not going to get where you want to go or be successful as you want to be if you only do the things that you need to do or that you just want to do or have to do when you feel like it. So if you only do it when you feel like it, you're not going to really be as successful as you want to be, because you're only doing it when you're motivated and only when you're motivated.
Do everything with a smile. Like, I'm a cheerleader. Like, I have to jump, tumble, yell. Like, I have to do everything with a smile, and you no matter how hard it is. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people forget to do, because they just get so caught up in life that they just kind of frown in on themselves. So I would say that cheer has definitely taught me to go into things with a positive attitude, be super optimistic, and just persevere with a smile.
I'm not really one to be part of a club. At least it wasn't until recently. So it was like taking that step. Once I had realized that, hey, clubs are really fun. I like this. It was that first step. That first realization of, like, I should have been doing this a long time ago. I should have taken the chance a long time ago. And that's the life lesson that extracurricular activities have taught me, is taking chances and not having regrets. And that first step out of your comfort zone is really liberating. I wish I had, just realizing that, I wish I had done so many other things in the past.
This has been Kristen and Ayana's Capstone project. A special thank you to all those who participated, and thank you for listening.